So you have to be able to identify whether you are on an uptrend or you are on a downtrend, or you are looking at a range, which in other words we call the sideways trend. Okay, so we'll be looking at these three trends, because these three trends will be the trends that we'll be trading based on trend lines, support and resistance levels. Okay, so let's look at the first outlook. Okay, so this is an image, a presentation. Okay, and on the left you see the uptrend movement, okay, in the green color. Then in the middle you see the sideways trend, and then on the right you see a downtrend, which is in the red color. Now, what forms an uptrend? What forms a sideways trend? And what forms a downtrend? These are things you need to know. Okay, if you are able to identify these things, then trading a particular trend becomes so easy. Are you okay? So first you look at the presentation, then after that you go to the live chart to see how these things play out on the live chart, okay, or in the live market. You will see how you will be able to locate the uptrend, the range or the sideways trend, and then also the downtrend on the live chart. All right, so please, if you have any question, you can just drop it in the chat box, and then I'll be glad to respond to you if you have any question. Alois, I'm not hearing anything from you, sir. Please kindly check your mic connection, your audio connection, and see if you are connected by click on connect using device audio. Okay, once you do that, you should be able to hear me, or you should be able to connect with us. Thank you. All right, so please, I'm continuing. So over here on the green, you realize that there is a trend line which is in the green color, and you realize anytime market moves upward and then it tries coming down, once it gets to this trend line, okay, so market tries moving upward, it got to this level, and then it was pushed down, but then it's respecting this particular line here. So once it got over here, what happened? It couldn't break through this line and continue in the downward direction, but rather bounced back up. Okay, as you can see, it has rather bounced back up. It got to another level here, and what did we see? It pushed downward, but what happened? It couldn't break through this ascending line over here, but rather push up. So when this is happening, when a particular trend line is respected in this manner, anytime price gets there, price is being rejected, then we say that particular movement or price movement is in an ascending form, which is an uptrend. That means we say the trend is in an upward movement. So what happens is that once price is moving up, is forming what we call higher highs. Okay, so it will form a high. Then once it will form a high, and then once price is rejected, it push down, and then it forms what? It forms a low. Then it push up again, forms a high, and is rejected. So it is being pushed down again to form a low. So you see price repeating this pattern over and over and over again till it completes that uptrend, and then price decide to take a different trend. So as we can see over here, once price got here, it pushed down, never got to this trend line anymore, but it stopped at a particular point here in a horizontal manner, and then push up, rejected again, push down, rejected again, push up. And it was doing that for a very long time till it broke this horizontal line, which last week we looked at as as the support line. So when market is behaving in this horizontal movement or way, we say that the market is in a range. or is in what? It's in a sideways trend. The market is in a sideways trend. So this is where we apply our resistance and our support levels to this particular market. We apply our horizontal levels and horizontal support and resistance level to this particular market when it comes to what? Ranging. But when it comes to uptrend, we apply our support trend line and our support resistance, our resistance trend line to what? To an uptrend. Now, what about downtrend? Now let's come to downtrend. Once this support is broken and retested, okay, now this is broken, price push back up there, but never broke above this horizontal line or the support. So now this support has turned toward a resistance, as we look at last week. It has turned to a resistance. And what happened? Price pushed down. What do we see? Once price got to this level, it rejected and pushed up, but never broke this as descending trend line. Price never broke this descending trend line. What did price do? It respected that line and pushed down. Price pushed down again. So what happened? Price will be repeating this. It will move to the trend line and then it will push down. Once that is happening, we will say that we are in what? We are in a downtrend. We are in what? A downtrend. Okay? We are in a downtrend. Why? Because price is descending and respecting the descending trend line. And this is where we will have this trend line being what? A resistance. And then any trend line we draw on this lower side that will be respected will be referred to as the what? As the support trend line. Any trend line we draw at the lower section here will be referred to as the what? As the support trend line. So price will always reject once it gets there until any of those lines are broken by price. So basically this is just a summary of what an uptrend, a range, and also a downtrend is. And very soon we will look at that on the live chart. We will look at that on the live chart. All right. So if you have any question, you can ask. Somebody said, I can't hear anything, sir. Please, can somebody assist her by typing in the chat box for her that she should click on connect with audio, connect with device audio to be able to access her audio. Please, somebody should help me with that. All right, guys. So that is basically a quick summary of everything, and we can see that over here. So look at what is happening on this chart. Price was moving upward. It got to what? To a support, a resistance level. And what did price do? Price rejected down. So this was in an uptrend. Trend got here and changed and became a downtrend. What happened? Price got to this area and then began a new uptrend. What did we see again? Price rejected at another resistance level and began a new downtrend. And you can see price is playing the same tactics all along. And what happened at the top here? Price begin to range. Price begin to what? To range in this sideways trend. So it moves from resistance, comes to support, move back to resistance, comes to support. So it will be doing that till it breaks either the resistance or the support line to be able to what? To start a new trend. So we have another example here. So you can see. So in other words, an uptrend can form what we call an up channel. Okay, so an uptrend can form an up channel. So last week somebody was asking me why I drew the trend line up and down. So you can see once you are able to draw a trend line up and down, you have a resistance, you have a support. So it forms a channel, an ascending channel. or an uptrend channel. And then when it is a downtrend, we will have what? A descending channel or a down channel. Okay, and if it is a sideways, then we have what we call sideways or channel. All right, so these are all examples that we'll be looking at on the live chat. Please, we have 3 minutes for this call to end. Once it ends, just click on the link again, and then it will bring you back. It will bring you back to the call, and then we'll continue from there whilst we cite some examples on the live chat. Once we cite some examples on the live chat. Okay, please, those who are not hearing anything, don't worry, the call is being recorded and it will be posted on the YouTube channel. You can take a watch from there. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about, somebody has raised his hands. Okay, please, you are unmuted. You can ask your question, Mr. Christopher. No, okay. I think he doesn't have any question. So let's look at this. So as you can see, as I was saying, an uptrend forms what? Lows and higher lows and higher highs. So in an uptrend, we are looking for what? Higher lows and what? Higher highs. So it's like peaks and troughs, peaks and troughs, peaks and troughs, peaks and troughs. So that is what is being formed in an uptrend. And the same applies to what? Downtrend. Downtrend, we have what? Lower highs and what? Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. That means the high that is being formed is a high, but then is lower than the previous high. Okay, it's lower than the higher high. That is what we are talking about when we say higher high, lower high, lower low. So a low is being formed which is lower than what? The previous low. Okay, so that is what we are referring to. Once we begin to see that, then we are looking at what we call a downtrend. And once we are seeing higher highs and higher lows, we are looking at what we call an uptrend. Okay. All right. So let's look at the next thing. Now, for a trend to change, okay, for a trend to change, let's say if we are in the uptrend, if we are in an uptrend, for it to change to a downtrend, there should be what we call a failure of a new high being formed. There will be a failure of what? A new high being what? Being formed. So when at a point in the trend, there is a failure of what? A new higher high being formed. Okay, and then we begin to see some kind of or sort of sideways trend, then you should know that we are on course of trend changing. And once a high is formed that is lower than the previous higher high, then that means we are changing from what? An uptrend to what? To a downtrend. But at least you should allow the market to confirm that with at least two lower highs and lower lows. Okay, you cannot just use one lower high and lower low to confirm that a trend is changing. No. And then you'll be looking at how you use the trend, what we refer to as breakout of trend lines and support and resistance levels to confirm that truly a trend is what is